Yes, the Segway S-Pod looks a lot like the floating chairs that future humans use in WALL-E. Okay, that's out of the way. The Segway S-Pod is a vehicle designed for future smart cities when cars are less common, but folks still need to get around comfortably. The pod itself is suspended between two wheels, giving the entire chair a floaty feel when you're nestled in its suede seat. It's controlled with a flat, round joystick on the right armrest. Press it in the direction you want to travel and release it to brake. Holding the joystick all the way in one direction makes the chair spin. Segway showed off the S-Pod at CES, and some reporters were there to take a ride around a short track, helmet and all. It was smooth, the joystick is sensitive, and it doesn't take much for the pod to shoot forward. But once you've dialed in the correct amount of pressure, it moves like butter and easily turns. The chair automatically slows down just a little bit as it turns. The CES model was capped at 7 miles per hour, but the final version will be able to hit 24 miles an hour. It'll travel up to 43 miles at a time, and it takes just 2 hours to fully charge the thing. The S-Pod is scheduled to launch commercially at the end of the year, with a consumer version coming soon after. There's no word yet on price, but I'll keep you informed. When are 2 propellers better than 4? When they give you extra battery life, greater portability, and reduced noise. That claim comes from 00 Robotics. That's the pitch for the company's bicopter Falcon. It's a bicopter drone with an impressive flight time of, get this, 50 minutes. 20 minutes more than the comparable DJI Mavic 2. Now, for years, 4 propellers have been standard for consumer drones, offering greater power and stability, but 00 says its tilt-rotor design, which lets each propeller swivel independently, allows the Falcon to match 4 prop rivals. Tilting the propellers improves the drone's aerodynamic profile, says the company, reducing drag. Add to this the reduced battery drain from running fewer propellers, and the drone's compact form when the 2 arms are folded, and you have a pretty convincing sales pitch. In addition to its bicopter design, the Falcon looks kitted out for aerial photography and videos. There's a 12-megapixel main camera mounted on a 3-axis gimbal, along with a Sony CMOS and Qualcomm ISP, capable of capturing 4K video at 30 frames a second. There's also a pair of stereo cameras on the main body that enable visual tracking and obstacle avoidance, similar to features offered on the company's Hover 2 selfie drone, which some Kickstarter backers are still waiting to receive. 00 is also promising easy filming on the Falcon with pre-programmed flight paths for cinematic shots. We've seen video of the Falcon flying, but want to try it for ourselves to test its battery life and flightability. Overall, though, it's an interesting package. The bicopter Falcon is available to pre-order for its retail price of $9.99, with shipping starting sometime of February this year. I don't normally talk about gaming chairs too often on the show. There's so many of them, and most of them are pretty much the same, but Arcadio isn't messing around with its first connected gaming chair. The Arcadio gaming chair has 10 haptic transducers positioned along its spine and seat, plus a 16-core multiprocessor that takes multi-channel audio and turns it into physical vibrations. The chair connects to a PC, TV, or console via USB-C. Since the sensors are tuned to read audio, it works with any platform and any game, or even a Netflix binge session. Once the chair is connected, its transducers react dynamically to on-screen noises, vibrating with gunshots, explosions, and engine revs. There's also an app that lets users adjust each haptic point if you really want to customize it, customizing their responses for specific games and experiences. The memory foam padding is super plush, plus the actual vibrations strike a solid balance between strength and being subtle. The transducers don't shake you out of the seat, but they are obvious, rumbling away with each major event on screen. There are two sizes of the Arcadio gaming chair, and the one at CES happened to be the larger model, so the testers on the show floor, well, the smaller ones anyway, didn't fit quite right. Still, the vibrations were obvious and added a wonderful layer of immersion to the headshots. Arcadio Gaming plans to launch its chair later this year, and it's eyeing a price of $800. At CES 2020, WaterGen unveiled the Solar Power Jenny, a new version of its impressive moisture-based water provider. Now, the existing Jenny uses dehumidifier-like technology to suck moisture from the air and convert it into clean, cool, and drinkable water. It's impressive technology, but it requires a wall outlet to function, as most other water coolers do. The new Jenny, however, removes that requirement entirely, thanks to an array of 4 massive solar panels that ship with the product. Though it otherwise functions pretty much the same as the existing Jennys, the new version can power itself when set up outside, no plugs or plumbing needed. Offering all the same advantages as Jenny, it is ideally suited to be used in remote locations, rural villages, parks, and green residential premises where the electricity supply is unreliable or even unavailable. Solar Jenny is able to generate up to 3.5 gallons of water a day. Now, for reference, the standard Jenny can produce 8 gallons of drinkable water per day, so the solar-powered version is a bit less powerful. However, as WaterGen says, for remote locations or even simple city parks, the Solar Jenny could still be invaluable, especially if there's more than one around. The new Jenny is reportedly expected to cost between $5,000 and $8,000, with all expenses, including shipping and installation aid, accounted for. We don't know when it will launch, but hopefully we'll find out soon.